Skip it up and that up.
It's Mikey, back to bring you all the first weekly gaming goss of 2025. I hope everyone's been having a good first week of the new year. I haven't. I've been working myself to the bone. You wouldn't believe how hard it is to gather news stories this week. Like, bro, what the fuck? These journalists just don't want to work now? How am I supposed to steal their articles for these low-effort ass videos if they don't write anything? Anyway, on to our first story. After eons, Square Enix finally came to a controversial conclusion that Final Fantasy shouldn't just be exclusive to the PlayStation. I wonder what could have motivated this idea. Maybe it was Final Fantasy VII Rebirth selling 3.5 million in 3 days, and Final Fantasy XVI selling barely 3 million in its opening week, both underperforming sales expectations. Meanwhile, Final Fantasy XV, which was a cross-platform game, sold 5 million in just 24 hours. Turns out when you sell your game on more platforms, they make more money. This is somehow a revelation for Square Enix. You would have thought these publishers would have put 2 and 2 together by now. I honestly don't know why any publisher that's not also making a console would ever be down for console exclusivity in this day and age. I guess Square Enix just thought that they were like that and that their brand would let them get away with first-party developer shenanigans. It really is bizarre how comfortable Square Enix is with burning through money. You got Yoshi P out here, the man Final Fantasy XIV players once hailed as the Messiah, slowly killing the game he saved by doubling down on a character that most of the players don't like, which is a really bad idea in an MMO where the story is the game's biggest strength. Also, in other Square Enix related news, I guess, Kingdom Hearts is rumored to have been put on pause because of a possible Final Fantasy Versus 16 project in the works. So yeah, this is probably bullshit. I'm convinced the dude spreading this rumor is just spreading rumors for giggles, cause it's literally just a rumor and it sounds ridiculous. But if it is true, what's going through Square Enix's mind to think something like this is a good idea? Last time there was a Final Fantasy with Versus in its title in the works at Square Enix, that bitch took 10 years to finish, and the end product was Final Fantasy 15, whose production pipeline looked like it was built under Gorlot the Destroyer's toilet. So if Final Fantasy Versus 16 turns out to be an actual thing that's happening, you might as well not even worry about it, because it's not releasing this decade. Maybe the early 2030s at the nearest. But enough about these dysfunctional ass AAAs. We need to talk about how indie devs are absolutely big dogging them right now. There's been a new indie darling that's been taking the internet by storm. MiSide, this yandere waifu horror game made by 2 Russian dudes on a $40 budget working out of their babushka's basement, has had a level of momentum nobody really could have predicted. This game has already sold over 1 million copies and is on the path to raking in around 9 million. This game hasn't even been out for a month and it's already outperformed multiple AAA releases from last year. But Hasto isn't the only indie dev who's sliding on these AAAs. We've also got Concerned Ape, the creator of Stardew Valley, which has officially become the 15th highest selling game of all time. Did you know this dude Concerned Ape asked his players to send him save files of any bugs they encountered in his game and then proceeded to fix them all by hand? And he never charged anyone a dime outside of the price for purchasing the game. Bro even apologized to the modding community for the game when one of the free updates he made some of them no longer compatible with it. Eric Baroni is a real one, and he most def deserves his spot on the Indie Dev All-Star Hall of Fame, along with dudes like Notch. Oh, and speaking of Notch, he's back! Marcus Persson is back in person. The king of the mines has returned to lay claim to the indie throne. Is Notch even really an indie guy anymore though? I mean, bro's a billionaire, and I might not know how many people are working at BitShift Entertainment, but I'm guessing it's a couple more than the dozen or so guys Notch started mojang with. I mean, BitShift is obviously going to be way smaller than any of these big AAA studios, so I guess that makes them what? AA? A+? Like... Anyway, the point is that the AAA drones were getting way too comfortable. They forgot that Minecraft, the game that just won't stop printing money, wasn't made by some big Microsoft-owned studio. It was made by a slightly edgy Swedish boy in an office the size of a modest New York studio apartment. Now he's back with the money and manpower to make a new game nobody's ready. It's just Minecraft 2. Notch literally called it the spiritual sequel to Minecraft. Notch might actually just be a one-hit wonder. I mean, it's one hell of a wonder to be fair. Publishers spend incalculable amounts of time and resources trying to recreate the lightning in a bottle Notch caught 15 years ago, or that Concerned Ape caught 9 years ago, or that Mac and Cat and Umarai are catching right now. The idea that even with all this ESG BlackRock money, these studios still can't replicate the organic success of a couple passionate dudes with $1 and a dream has gotta mortify the shit out of these suits in the game industry. But really, the person who should be the most mortified by all this indie excellence shouldn't be any AAA studio or publisher. It ought to be YandereDev. Cause it's been 11 years, nigga. Where you at? What level of alpha is Yandere Simulator on now? Cause Mac and Cat and Umarai finished MiSide in a little over 2 years. Concerned Ape finished Stardew Valley in 4.5 years, almost 9 years ago. Notch finished the first version of Minecraft in 1 week 15 years ago and completed it after 2 more years of updates. But we still don't have a release date for your indie game that you've been working on since 2014. Bro was too busy procrastinating and being a weirdo. YandereDev's perception of time is on par with a Square Enix developer's. Anyway, that's all I got. Till next time.